you guys. I'm so glad we're approaching the end. I just learned a lot about myself throughout this process. I recognize that life also happens when you're trying to do something consistently. And I'm learning to give myself grace for not always being perfect or meeting a certain standard, because I tend to be down on myself when I'm not. But I also realize that I do push myself to still finish what I started, and to me that's a great accomplishment. So I'm glad I'm learning a lot. So my voice is a little off today. I'm fighting a cold. This is like the third day right now of it. I'm getting a little bit better, but I just posted a video prior to this, and when I say I coughed 90% of the video, I was like, okay, you guys are not gonna get anything out of it, and I wanted to redo the video. So I'm hoping this one is just a little bit better than the last one that I posted. But I wanted to come out today and really talk about finding faith and trust. Like, there's a difference between those two words, and I'm like literally learning that in my day-to-day life, in my struggles, in my like trying to find myself, trying to understand who I am when it comes to how I react, or where am I. Because one thing I've realized over these past few months, especially because I've been telling you guys I've been part of a new coaching program. I have a new business coach, and just really trying to tune in on what am I supposed to do and how am I supposed to do it. And I want to do it I want to do it where it is impactful in such a way that leave a legacy. I want it to be impactful in such a way that people's lives, you who are watching here, that you take this process and you pass it down to your children. You take this process and you go create your own. You know what I mean? So I want to leave a place where we become, not only we feel like a family, but also a place that create a ripple effect with everything and everyone in your life. So I'm just grateful for today, because like I said, in this life, God has been teaching me how to simply, let go. And in my last video, I was talking about more like sacrifice and what God is asking me to let go. But when it comes to making a choice, it's really hard to know how to make the right decision, because you have to battle two things: your heart and your mind, right? Your heart's telling you one thing and your mind is saying one thing. So in other words, let me break it down even further. So my heart is my feeling, my mood, my emotions, and my mind is the logic that is speaking. And the question that stands out to me is more like, okay, if it is my heart or my mind, which of them is making the right decision, or which of them is God is speaking through? Which of them is God speaking through in this moment, in this season, in this thing that I'm facing right now? So that's what was coming to my heart, because I'm constantly sitting there and asking God, what should I do? Constantly. And sometimes he tells me, and part of it is that I don't do it, or I'm not as what's the word? I'm not like really doing it like not well enough, but I'm just not doing it. I don't feel like I'm doing it the way he wants me to do it. Or maybe I am doing it the way he wants me to do it, but I'm thinking that it's still not good enough, right? It's either or for me. And sometimes I hit it on the nail. And here's when I know I hit it on the nail: when all is said and done, and then I'm looking back at what was done, and I'm like, oh, that really was God. So really, in actuality, I just feel like I need this space and time to really like cultivate what God is trying to do in me, because I don't know what he's trying to do through me, but I know he gave me something good, and I want to make the best out of this good thing. I'm good at recognizing fruit. I'm good at recognizing potential, but I'm also like, I could see it best in other people, but when it comes to me, it's a lot harder to discern. So here I go with trying to discern my heart from my mind, and I'm trying to say, God, which one are you speaking through? Because my emotions, if you are anything like me, I'm a very passionate person. So I am passionately happy, I'm passionately angry, I'm passionately sad. In most of my emotions, I'm very passionate about it. And then I have the logical part of my mind, which tend to play very fairly easy for me. I'm like, oh, well, 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. Then if this is this and that is that, then that is this, right? And God is like, not with this one, not in this situation, in the way I'm speaking to you. So I started to now wean back about what really I want God to teach me. So what's more important is I'm not trying to figure out whether this is logical or this is my heart. I'm starting to realize now, instead of labeling it about me, I'm removing me and I'm putting the word trust and faith so that it can make sense to what God is doing himself. So I know I can trust God because of who he is and what he can do in my life. I trust in him because I know he is somebody who doesn't fail. But Gladia fell. My heart, my emotions get in my way. My logical thinking get in my way. So I need to know first that the trust that I have in God is to know that he is all-knowing and he is always looking for the better for me. So I need to fully trust in simply that word, in just that action first. But secondly, here we got faith, right? So faith is now a part that I have to play because God is already a trustworthy. Whether I believe God is trustworthy or not, he's still trustworthy. He's still somebody who's still going to do for you even if you don't trust him. He's still going to leave that breath in your lungs even if you didn't trust him. Like he's not going to try to prove to you that you trust him. He doesn't need to prove that. You just need to realize that you trust him. Because he's going to be faithful in what he does, thereby you building trust through that. So for me, when it comes to faith, the faith in itself is more like saying, all right, God, I'm having faith in this situation that you can make this happen. I don't know how it's going to happen. That's why it's called faith. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I'm trusting that if I have faith, I have big enough faith that you can make it happen. But here's what can happen. 2 things. He can make it happen exactly as you imagined it. Word for word, letter for letter, everything dotted just like you prayed for. And then here's the other part of it. The faithful part that you're hoping it happen. It doesn't happen. And now you feel like you were deceived in a sense. I feel like even in that, God usually has another answer. If he doesn't do this, then he's going to show you the why somewhere. Even if you don't understand the why, but there is going to be something better that comes along it. And that's what I'm trying to settle my heart in. To know that my mind and my heart are 2 different things that can lead me astray, but also something that I can use to help me navigate this so-called life that is coming with a lot of trials and tribulations, with challenges, with hurt, with loss. You know, people who are dying, people who are in the hospital, those of you who have been diagnosed with a disease or a sickness that you least expected, or your children right now who are walking away or straying or not in your life the way you wanted them to be, and so on and so forth. There's just so many reasons for you to feel right now in this season that things are just falling apart, that you don't feel like things are working out the way you want it to work out. But God is saying in 8:28, Romans 8 verse 28, all things work together for the good to those who love him and those who are called according to his purpose. And that is simple. That I'm like, even if this is happening, that is not happening to me, but it's happening for me. is happening for me. There's something good that's going to come out of it. There's something good that's going to come out of this for you. And I wanted to speak the life. I wanted to speak my heart and just let you know about it. Just to show you that our faith, the way we're processing thoughts, the way we're processing our emotions, sometimes need to be put on the sidelines so that you can make a better decision. A godly decision. A decision that is above your feelings. A decision that is above even the way what you see. Because our judgment tends to cloud what is in front of us. What is right there. And I certainly don't want to get in my own way. Because I have gotten in my own way. I'm in a tough season right now in my life. I can't, like, I feel like I always want to, like, ditch out my life. But just know that the battle you're facing, the person next to you is dealing with it. The person that you're watching is dealing with it. We're all dealing with it on one level or another. So here's what I wanted to leave with y'all. Here's the thing I wanted to leave with y'all. Have trust. Trust that God is somebody who's never failed. He's never failed. He said, I will always be with you, and that will remain. And try your faith. Even when it don't look like it, still be faithful. I'm grateful that I can still get up and still do what I need to do. Because if you woke up today, that means he gave you another opportunity, another chance to try again. Try again. Try again. I don't want to run out of the try again. That's what I don't want to run out of. So I really hope and pray for each and every one of you that are on here. That first, that God shows you what to put aside. Don't get me wrong, God is never dismissing our feelings. If there's anybody who cares about how we feel, it's him. But he's also that person who is not going to let your feelings get in the way of the plan that he's trying to do in your life. And a lot of us on here are females, so you know, half the time is my period. So I'm hormonal. And I had to learn that. If I'm hormonal, sometimes I don't even know why I feel the way I feel. I need to recognize that that in itself can cloud my judgment. And I can't allow that to cloud my judgment. I can't allow I didn't know what that feeling was. And that was the one that kept me not moving forward. So this is a heavy season. A good season, but a heavy one. A good season, but a heavy one. So we're almost done with the 30-day Go Live challenge. And like I said, I'm just proud that I showed up when I could show up, because life happens. Life literally happens. Life happens. And I really believe the more you try to do something on a regular or consistent basis, the storms come even harder on you. That means, to me, it's a sign. To me, it's a sign that something good is happening. Something good is happening. Something good is happening. And I'm going to declare it here. I'm going to declare it with you guys, because something good is happening. Something good is happening. Something good is always happening. But something good right now, in this movement, in this moment, in the things that he's doing, I just want y'all to see him. I want y'all to be like, whoa, wake up. And not let this moment pass you by. Not let this, what we're trying to do, get over your head. I hope I can be a good example and walk in that light, walk in what he's trying to make me do. I don't always feel worthy. I don't always feel like I am. But that's not gonna stop me, because again, that's me getting in my own way. If he chose me, he didn't choose me because he didn't believe that I couldn't do it. He chose me because he knew he already put it in me. Just like he chose you, and he knows that everything you needed is already in you. That's why if you're here, he already said, I'm going to choose such and such person to be here right now in this moment, in this situation. For such a time as this, I chose you. So no more getting down on myself. I just want to get up, do the next thing, do the next best thing, do the next best thing until I reach the end, until I reach the moments, until I reach what he's calling. And really, those moments or those success that we're looking for is really like a small moment, because it's the journey, and then the moment that resulted from the journey. Success, and then journey, success, journey. You're not going to get to success without the journey that follows. The journey is called the process. So I need to learn to trust the process, not to rush it, and not to slow it down either. But to know where I'm at. Is God calling me to rest? Is God calling me to speak? Is God calling me to move? Is God calling me to change? Is God working something in me? Bad habits, changing, disciplining me, making me stronger, making me more bold, making me more confident, making me more loving, making me more forgiving. What is it that he's doing with me in this season? I tell you, I've been almost every other month, I'm like, all right, Lord, what are we working next on me? Is it my quick to defend myself, my defensiveness? Is it my anger issues again? Is it my lack of faith? What is it? Because I do want to work and give my best foot forward. Because if you're calling to serve, you're calling to, I feel like, you're doing it as you're going. That's how I feel. I feel like he's prepping me as I'm going. So many of you probably feel like that in this season. You're being prepped as you go. It's not like preparation, then go. It's, I'm prepping you as this is happening live. Like you guys are seeing when phone calls happening. Like that's how you know this is a live video, because it's happening real time. And that's how I feel like God is working right now in me. And he had to do real time, because he was like, you're ready right now, and I'm gonna get you ready as you're doing this. So I welcome it, and I'm ready to finish this strong. And I don't know what's coming next. All I know is I'm gonna speak life over it. That is going to be good. It's not only going to be good for me, but it's going to be good for you too as well. Whatever you've been waiting for, whatever you've been praying for, it's going to be good. And that I can put my faith in and trust that it will happen. Nevertheless, we'll be back for my last day. Don't know what that be. I'm hoping it's tomorrow. I pray that I get 100% better by then, which I believe I will. But until then, I don't know what God is going to have with y'all. But I look forward to what the last day is going to be. Until then, you guys, you be good. I love y'all. And I'm praying for y'all. Until then, be safe. And we'll talk soon. Have a good one.